Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online, and tonight is our online fair. We have 15 practitioners that are here tonight. They're going to be sharing all kinds of great offerings with you, and we're going to have them introduce themselves so you know who they are and what they're doing tonight. You can see the schedule of everything happening if you go to jointhefair.com and scroll down on that page. You can also go to the fair schedule breakout room. The rooms are set up so that you can move yourself. And we're going to be here together in the main room for the first hour. So you don't have to figure out the schedule and what's happening yet. There's a lot going on. All right. So practitioners, you get a little bit longer to introduce yourselves now. You're going to have a minute. So go ahead and take your time and tell everyone who you are and what you do. And all right, great. We've got someone in line for a question. And you wrote me privately. So tell me if you want it to be anonymous. I need to know if I'm going to use your name or not. All right, great. So we're going to have Jenny, Mike, and Dr. Mojo be the ones that introduce yourselves first. So go ahead, Jenny.
Hello, I'm Jenny Capella with Miracles with Jenny, and I work with people in crisis, dark nights of the soul, and any kind of life transition. I frequently work with people who've been laid off. In fact, I've worked with lots and lots of people who've been laid off, and it can be very, very jarring. And some people decide, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to work full time anymore for somebody else. Other people are thinking, my industry, whether it's tech or healthcare, or whatever it is downsizing, and I might want to make a pivot. So that's just one of many types of examples of the type of people that I work with. And tonight I'm giving two talks. One is how to navigate a dark night of the soul. And the other one is all about crisis and what you need to know in a crisis. So I hope to see you for one or both of those talks. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Next up is Mike, then Dr. Mojo, then Troy.
Hi, my name is Mike Hernandez. I'm a professional tarot reader, and I've been doing this for 17 years. My reading style is practical, real, and focused. And my readings provide you with clarity, guidance, and direction for yourself or any situations or issues you may have. Several people had me do readings for them last month, and they were kind of eye-opening and enlightening. So I certainly hope I get to see several of you for readings this evening. I'm doing general 3-card readings for $15 in the public room, and private readings for $30 for 10 minutes in the private rooms. And I'll be providing a list of types of readings I do shortly through the chat option. I'm doing a session called How the Tarot Can Help You at 6:15, and I'm doing a no-holds-barred tarot Q&A throughout the fair. So if you've ever had any questions whatsoever about the tarot, bring them on. I'm ready for them. To learn more about me or book a reading at a later date, please visit justenoughtarot.com. I invite you to have a good time at the fair tonight. Visit the people. They're wonderful people, and just have a great time.
Great. Thank you so much, Mike. Next up, we're going to have Dr. Mojo, then Troy, and then Alexander. And I'm going to be switching people around here on the spotlights.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mojo. My focus is self-care, and we're going to be learning about self-care through the cards using one of the ancient science of cardology, which are the regular playing deck. If you're interested in getting a possible reading on learning about your sun, your moon, and your trans card, let me know. Come into the room and join me. And you can learn more about cardology and how the energy plays out through our everyday life. So I look forward to seeing you at the fair and enjoying yourself. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much. I just want to say you got another half minute if you want to share anything else about what you do.
I do sound bowls, I do Reiki, and intuitive counseling. So all of those are some of the specialties under my belt that I do as well.
That's great. Thanks. And maybe do you want to say anything about why you specialize in self-care? How did you choose that as a niche?
Self-care, I say, saved my life because I learned to be my own doctor, so to speak, and learning how to take care of myself.
Great. Thanks so much. All right, Troy, got a minute.
Okay, it is quite an honor to be here. My name is Troy. I'm a Reiki master. So I'll be channeling my Seraphim guide this evening at 7 p.m. in breakout room number 15. I got involved with him, actually, I think after my walk-in experience really is how I can describe it, starting in 2020. But then I started channeling him early last year. He started talking to me, and he talks about what he calls the Children of New Hope, an evolution program that is underway on this planet, as well as the laws of creation and so much more. He can answer your questions about how to better attract a harmonious and graceful life, abundance, answer all kinds of questions. Again, he's a seraphim entity. And tonight I'll be offering angelic Reiki energy healing sessions, starting at suggested $30 or a love donation we agree on. And that's just for the purpose of exchange. Anyway, angelic Reiki is phenomenal for removing entity attachments, erasing pain from your body, clearing stuck and stale energies from perhaps relationships or business
I'm just sorry if you could finish up.
and your home. I look forward to working with you.
Thanks so much, Troy. Next, we've got Alexander, then the psychic nerd, and then Erin. And if anyone goes late, this is great. I'm going to wave this. I forgot to bring my rock. Thank you so much, everyone. Go ahead, Alexander.
Hello, my name is Alexander, and I'm an energy architect. I work at all layers of human being. I also do healing. I also do physical healing. I do proxy work without person knowing that the person is being worked on. So I can work with a loved one in proxy without knowing name or picture. So this is where I work at the molecular level and all the way up. So all etheric, astral, mental fields. And I reconfigure, realign people's energy, reconstruct it if I have to, rebuild it or add to it, upgrade it. And this is what I do. I'm an expert in astral warfare, defense, offense, so I can teach you that as well. All right.
We've got a little bit more time too. Did you want to share anything else?
Yes, I'll be doing anxiety meditation. Could be group, could be individual, as for free. Energy reset, post session, or price. I've already given a price. And energy resets, reset 20-minute free throughout the session.
It's great. Thank you. And you're joining us from far away. We appreciate you reaching out from a distance. All right, we've got psychic nerd, and then Erin, and then Cam.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in. I am the psychic nerd. Tonight, I will not be giving a talk, but I am a tarot reader and a medium. So if you would like a tarot reading or possibly speak to a passed on loved one or ancestor, that is what I'm offering tonight by donation. So you can come and you can listen. And if you want to talk about nerdy stuff, hey, we'll talk about that too. So look forward to speaking with some of you and hope everyone here has fun.
Thanks so much, psychic nerd, then Erin, and then Cam, and then Angela. And we might have one more practitioner who's going to join us tonight because I missed a late sign up. So stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Erin. I am a practitioner using dowsing rods to channel energy, communicate with your guides, your higher self, work on your energy centers. Tonight, I am doing free mini sessions where we can talk about anything that you want. I'm happy to answer questions about the rods in general or dig deep into anything that you want to talk about. Yeah, there's not really a lot to go into, so that's pretty much it for me. Thank you.
Sorry, everyone, I'm not tracking the time as well, but I know you didn't use all your time. All right, Cam is next, and then Angela, and then Crystal.
Good evening. My name is Cam. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, a master hypnotist, a practicing pagan and witch. Tonight, I'm going to be available for a couple of Q&As and then running a couple sessions for trance meditation, where we're going to lean into a Hecate hypnotic journey that we're calling Guided by the Witch Fire. So I hope to see everyone there.
Great. And you've got more time too. Do you want to tell us anything else about your practice, or?
My practice is primarily focused on mythic and metaphysical work. I'm also a mentor and coach, so I love healing healers and training witches.
Great. Thank you. We've got Angela, then Crystal, and then Adrienne.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm a Peruvian shamanic practitioner, a Reiki master teacher, and practicing witch of over 20 years. Tonight, I'll be giving a talk on plant and animal allies. And for a suggested $10 donation, we'll be giving a guided journey to meet an ally and a tool and helping you work with your ally to learn how to use the power tool that you will find. To help you on your journey, wherever it is you are right now. I look forward to working with you tonight.
Thanks, Angela. Next is Crystal.
Hi, I'm Crystal. Tonight I'm offering messages from the universe. Basically, I tap into your energy and let you know what you need to know. It could be a grandparent, it could be a pet, it could be an ancestor. You can ask questions, or you could just get fully out of what I see, whether it be direction, life, or anything in general. We hang out in here, we have fun, we talk about stuff, metaphysical, everything, and it's a great time. So come on by. I do have specials. Ask these questions, and I'll see you later.
You've got a little more time too. Is there anything else you want to say about your practice?
I've been not knowingly doing this since I was 3 years old, and I've been healing people and reading people and being intuitive. And the last 2 years, it seriously kicked in, and I appreciate Laureli for giving us the space to grow and communicate with, the World Wide Web. But we gotta do it faster. We gotta get this consciousness up and raising and vibrating. So let's go.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Okay, next we have Adrienne, and then Lynn, and then Melissa.
Everyone, my name's Adrienne, and I am an integrative healing coach. I use a variety of modalities, including intuitive healing and energy healing. I've been trained in multiple modalities. I'm a certified mindfulness educator, a somatic practitioner, where I work with individuals to create nervous system care plans that are designed for each individual person to heal and resolve trauma in their body. And tonight I'm going to be offering 20-minute aura readings and healings, as well as leading a 30-minute session called Energetic Toolbox, where you'll have an opportunity to try on energy tools that we all need at this time to ground ourselves, to clear our energy field, and to maintain and create energetic sovereignty for ourselves and those around us. So thank you. I look forward to working with you tonight.
Thanks, Adrienne. All right, Lynn, and then Melissa, and then I think Brandy is the one that's joining us. I'll get you up here, and we might have Cam reintroduced. We had trouble hearing you, so.
Hi, I'm Lynne Sutherland Olson. I am a medium, a medical intuitive, and a remote viewer. I also call myself a guide consultant. So I can talk to your guides, I can talk to your past loved ones. Remote viewing's pretty darn strong. So if there's, mysteries in your life you want me to look into what happened here and there, I can probably help you out. I've been doing this all for about 20 years. So lots of time working with the public, and I'm grateful to be here. Hopefully you'll drop by. We always have a great time. And I'd say it's just about everybody here is worth, your time and consideration. So hope to see you.
Great, thank you. Melissa.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I am a master practitioner of NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnotherapy. I am new to the online fair. Later on, I will be doing a Q&A session on using your gifts and using your intuition. So stop by.
You've got more time too, I'm sure. Did you want to say anything else about your practice? We're sitting here next to each other, so I'm giving her a hard time.
Yes, yeah, Laura and I, we're looking at each other all the time, so that's what's happening over here. I specialize in releasing negative emotions, so anger, sadness, hurt, fear, guilt, and shame. And usually those are connected to a past life. So releasing those negative emotions can help you let go of all of that so you can move forward in this life.
Great, thank you. And I know we've got, let's see, Brandy, I'm going to have Cam reintroduce again. Is there anyone else that I don't have pulled up here that hasn't introduced themselves yet? Did I miss any of us? Please let me know. Sometimes I get a little lost. Okay, great. Well, let's go ahead. So Brandy, this is you, right? I haven't seen you in several years. Go ahead and yeah, we'll include you in the group. Go ahead. You've got a minute to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. So I'm a seer and I'm a Reiki master. And what I do is I host spiritual retreats on the Oregon coast where I work to help people develop themselves, their spiritual attributes, help them understand how language is important to their life, and just try to help people surface their authenticity through their daily living. And we do that through classes like I do an art class where we take our non-dominant hand and we paint, and then we read it as a group, and then we go around and we talk about each other's work. We do the same thing with essential oils and herbs, where we'll have a class where we'll kind of psychically just kind of tap in or just tune in and develop our own little vial of something, and then we'll go around and read it. Then we have other classes too. So that's one. And then another retreat I do is for like weekend getaways, just to kind of calm yourself and relax. And we do tuning forks and Reiki, and it's a lot more of a calming, just a weekend getaway. And here tonight in my room, I'm just going to be sending out Reiki, and then I'll just be calling out whatever I read. So whoever's in the room, I might get a psychic hit, or I might get a medium. Somebody might stop by, whatever it is. Or if you have spiritual questions, we'll just start that way, and then something will kind of pop up from that.
Great, great. And I'm going to work on integrating your offerings in on the schedule. And then Cam, I think a bunch of us couldn't hear you well. So let's see if we can hear you better, and go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Sound any better now?
It's still hard to hear. Where's your microphone? Let me get it closer to you.
It's right here.
Okay, well, if you get really close to it, it is better. So
if I'm right there on top of it.
Is anyone, I think it's still hard for everyone.
Really?
I know you've got some tech help. Is there anyone else anyone that can get your volume up on this?
I mean, it was working a minute ago, right?
It's been low really since you've been on, I think. And the contrast of hearing everyone else, it's hard.
Any better?
And that's not too loud. Yeah, I know. So that tells us. All right, well, raise your voice a little bit and let's see if we can hear you.
I'll raise my voice. All right. I am Cam. I'm a certified hypnotherapist and a master hypnotist. Still no? You're shaking your head.
It's just not good. It's really hard. You're a certified hypnotherapist and a master
hypnotist. I'm a practicing pagan and a witch. I'm also a mentor, and tonight we'll be working with Hecate for Hypnotic Journey.
You're a practicing pagan and a witch, and you're going to be working with Hecate tonight. Yeah, we're all trying to figure out how to do your tech stuff. Go ahead. Keep going. Is there anything else?
I mean, other than that, you can't hear what I'm saying. So I will work on the microphone.
That's great. Yeah, we're wondering if the microphone's like not plugged in sufficiently, or sometimes there's a setting. Okay, someone can hear you. Okay, great. Well, it'll maybe be better in your room. All right, sweet. Well, this is everyone who's here at the fair tonight sharing their offerings. So we are going to switch to the mode now of doing our intuitive panel, where we answer questions from the audience. If you want to ask us a question, let's see a few things. It's great if you ask us a personal question, just like you would in a private session. We deeply appreciate you being willing to share in public. It's in public in this group. And then also we are going to be posting this on our YouTube channel. And so in exchange for sharing in public, you get to hear answers from several practitioners. So just thank you so much for doing that. And let's see, I got one person in line already. You can let me know in the chat if you want to ask a question. We'll get started with the first one, and we'll aim to be able to get several different questions answered. And we'll keep going to the top of the hour, at which time we're going to be splitting into public breakout rooms, and we just keep getting more and more people joining us. All right, well, let's see. So I don't remember how to pronounce your name. Is it Sonal? Did you want to come? Sonal? Okay, thank you. Sonal, do you want to come up on screen?
Yes, I'm on screen.
Okay,
on video, at least.
On video, yeah, let me go find you. And everyone, you have to have your video on in order for me to bring you up. Oh, there you are. Okay, great. Let's bring you up. Go ahead and ask your question in your own voice. I think it's helpful for people to hear it right from you.
Yeah, thank you. So I've been unemployed for 2 years now. I got let go from my job. I knew it was a redirection into doing intuitive type of work. I've been trying to do that this year, but not getting any traction. I still love a full-time job, but not getting that back in my field of learning and development, which is in-house corporate training. So I'm just curious what you get insights in terms of direction, how to get some money to survive, anything of the sort.
Great. And practitioners, when you get to 45 seconds, I'll give you a signal just so you can finish up your answer, and we'll have aim to have a few of you answer each question. Who wants to respond? And raise your hand in Zoom if you know how to do that. That's the easiest way for me to see who's ready to go. Who has an answer? All right, great. I see Alexander does. Let me move people around and bring you up. And of course, I lost you. There you go. All right, go ahead. Make sure you unmute. Oh, sorry, just before you go, I so forgot to say several things. One is that when you ask your question, if we go off and talk about other topics that you don't want to share about, or we go too deep in the setting, please interrupt us and let us know so we can honor you in our response. Go ahead, Alexander.
All right, that's it. The issue I see, you have to completely disentangle yourself. Sort of, you can't build anything anew before your old self, your old everything is burned, is destroyed, so to speak. So it has to go through that way. There's no other way. You have to completely let go of your old life if you want to, especially go into the intuitive work. So it's only way, because the universe, or however you call it, energy, won't allow you to bring your old luggage into your new life, into your new sort of setting. So that's the answer.
Thank you, Alexander. Looks like Troy has something to share.
Yes, so actually perfectly in alignment with that. I heard from Archangel Zadkiel, who often does like to help entrepreneurs and individuals in business, that basically what can help you is learning the art of detachment. This is something that I had to learn. It can be a challenge for some if you're super attached to one outcome. But it's quite enjoyable and quite easy. And so basically, you can keep your profession and you can keep your credentials and everything, but sometimes being too like rigidly attached to how one thing must be, or like exactly the kind of job or company or environment you want to work in, that can actually cut you off from opportunities and possibilities and resources. So basically, the art of detachment, if you simply surrender, I don't know what your beliefs or spiritual orientation is, but basically, you can pray, ask a higher power you believe in for assistance to show you maybe what the right next step is or a good one that can help you, and they will respond.
Great, thank you so much, Troy. Oh, I see Adrienne has an answer. Go ahead.
Hi, Sonal. Yeah, so spirit speaks to me in pictures and symbols. And when I tuned into your energy, I see a computer screen and it's filled with static. And you keep looking to the screen for information, but there's no information there for you. And I asked Spirit what that was about, and that's just using old modes of sense of self being reflected back to you that aren't working anymore. And I keep seeing you circumventing the screen, like going around the screen and shaking somebody's hand in person. And I asked Spirit what that was about, and it was an invitation to make in-person live connections and network. Complete.
All right, great. All right, any other answers? I say I agree that it seems like some sort of refresh of going about things in a very different way seems like it would be of service. So it sounds like you've been all the different things that you have been doing. It's like looking outside of that, and you might need some assistance, like from other perspectives in this way. Like what other completely new things, like completely rewrite your resume, like just start fresh in a whole bunch of ways. And I think some fresh energy will come in. All right. Okay, great. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you, everyone.
And thanks for getting us started. All right, let's see the next question. Did you want to, the person that wrote in the chat, did you want to come up on? Oh yeah, let me say some other things too. So this is a great opportunity to practice opening your intuition, and that as people ask questions, you might have insight out in the audience. And so scribble, take notes, see what comes up for you. If we share something very similar, it's confirmation that we're all tapping into the same thing. Of course, you may have great insight come up that we do not share. We do request that you let the attention stay up on the panel while we're answering questions. So when we're done answering someone's question, if you want, you're welcome to reach out to them privately and see if they'd like to hear what came through for you. Please honor whatever they share. They might feel full after our answers and they don't want anything else. Trust that it came through you for another reason. All right, so Susanna, did you want to come up? And Rudy, I see you too would like okay, great. Would like to ask a question. All right, let's get you unmuted. We can't hear you yet. Sorry, Susanna, let's get you unmuted. Sorry, Susanna, we can't hear you. Is that you? Are you ready? Okay, but you have to unmute. We have to figure out getting you unmuted. I don't know what Zoom did that made it so much harder for everybody to unmute. It's crazy. I'm requesting that you unmute, so I would think that it would give you a button somewhere. I just have to make sure I don't accidentally mute you if you... Oh, crazy, crazy. I've had this happen so many times in the last couple weeks. All right. So can you see things along the bottom of your screen? Like little icons? Because the far left on the computer is unmute. So go all the way to the far left and see if there's anyone else on the phone have any insight as to how we unmute now? It's at the bottom. They said at the bottom. Oops, you're gone.
Sometimes
right.
there's 3 little dots.
Why did Zoom make this so hard? I'm so sorry. We might have to wait until we can figure out getting you unmuted. How can Zoom do this to us?
Type it in the chat.
All right, we're just
the
gonna
message?
wait. I know you could write it in text. Okay, well, let's see. We're gonna go on to Rudy. Rudy, did you want to come up on screen?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, great.
Can you guys hear me?
All right, yeah, we can hear you. All
So
right, go
as you
ahead
can
and
tell,
ask your
I'm at the
question.
airport, so I apologize for the background. I've been through quite a bit. I'm a 75% burn survivor, and I've tried to make it a point of my existence after the fact to help others. How can I continue that? What vibe check do you guys get? Any advice?
All right, great. Thanks for being here and for making it through all the things you've made it through, and you've got
I'm
great
blessed. I
energy.
try to make it better for others.
Yeah. All right. Who's got something to share with Rudy? And so someone asked about how to raise your hand. So on the computer, it's along the bottom. If you don't see it, click more. It should be right there. Zoom hides some things under more now until it sees that you've used them. And then it brings them up. It's not even alphabetizing everybody for me with my P's at the top. Goodness, Zoom. All right. So entertaining. Okay. Yeah, who's got something for Rudy? I know I had a little bit of trouble hearing you, but yeah. Okay. I want to just honor anyone else that hasn't shared yet. Does anyone else want to go? All right, Alexander, go. Oh, the psychic nerd. All right, go ahead. Let's have the psychic nerd go first, and then Alexander will be after.
Hi, Rudy. So one of the things that I got instantly for you was like speaking to people, motivational speaking. So if that's something that you've been thinking about or that you have a desire to do, sharing your story and everything like that, 100% do that. It is something that can happen for you. And then I also was shuffling the Archangel Oracle deck that I use, and this card just flew right out the deck. It says Divine Order, Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So that's basically saying if you things aren't good, but if there is a few things that are like kind of blocking you, look a little bit deeper and try and figure out what it is you can do to help yourself with that. But 100% good energy from you. And again, just want to emphasize, if you want to be a motivational speaker and share your story with others, that would be great, especially at a time like this where a lot of people are looking for answers. So good luck to you, man.
All right, great. Go
I
ahead,
appreciate that.
Go ahead, Alexander, and then Crystal, and then Alina.
I pretty much agree with psychic nerd.
Great. It's like if you don't add anything, that's fine. That's great. Okay, then we've got Crystal and then Alina. Go ahead.
Hi, Rudy. I was getting do what you're passionate about for sure. Bring you guys joy and will be successful always. But are you working with like firemen or scientists, and you were like doing like were you making your own cream, like healing herbs and oils and stuff, or you were looking into working with somebody else collabing on that? Maybe the paramedics or fire, but you're also going to walk around, you're going to teach and be a speaker. But I also see you tapping into your witchiness and your holisticness, and developing some sort of skincare. Okay.
Cool. As a matter of fact, if you'd like, I'll give you guys a little follow-up after because you guys have hit heads right on nails. Right.
I'd love to hear it. Thank you.
Great. And then Alina's got something.
Okay, so one of the cards I pulled is the worst card in the deck. You've been through hell and back. I have a lot of lightnings and a lot of fire in the cards. But also, the last card kind of piggybacks on what Psychic Nerd said. Talk about yourself. And if people aren't listening, keep talking. That's okay, because sometimes they will try to turn a deaf ear on you. Keep pushing it because you have a message to convey, and that is something that you need to get to, and you need to work on. Even if at first you don't succeed, try again. That is the exact vibe here, with getting your message out, because you have a lot to say, you have experienced a whole lot, and all of it can be put into words, whether written or spoken.
Great. Thank you, Alina. And I've got Jenny I'm going to bring up. And then we'll go on to the next question. Go ahead, Jenny.
So I am feeling overcome with your kindness and your heart. And I want you to know that this experience transformed you maybe even more than you realize. And maybe not, maybe you do realize. But people are going to, as you I agree with what everybody said about the public speaking and all that, and people are going to pick up from you messages and information that goes beyond what you're saying. And I think it's very important for you to know that about yourself, that you're a grand, beautiful soul that has a lot of wisdom that's come from this experience beyond what your words are.
Great. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks so much, Rudy, for being here and for coming up and asking.
So, do you mind if I explain where you guys have already hit a lot right on the head? If that
Go ahead and share briefly. Yeah, sure.
So, when you get a chance, my name is Rudy Reyes. I'm a very famous burn survivor from the San Diego wildfire. Because of that, I was recommended medical marijuana in hospital, and I have now run for various political seats. I was on MasterChef TV show. My whole point is to give that to the community and speak out for them. I have made multiple efforts to change the world. I have run, and I am here in the last election. I was a vice presidential nominee for the legalized marijuana now party. So you guys have literally hit nails right on the head across the board, even down to how, if I speak well, I can help a lot of other people. And that was my goal. So thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, deeply appreciate all that you're doing and the impact that you're making. All right. And thank you, practitioners, for being right on track. All right, Susanna, we're going to attempt to bring you up again. Where are you?
I'm here.
All right, let me go find you as more people are coming in. As I search and search and search and search. There you are. All right. And we can hear you. This is so exciting. All right.
Yes,
What is
thank
your
you so much.
question?
My question is, so in 2019, I was diagnosed with a condition called ITP, where it's an autoimmune condition that destroys your platelets. And then I went on remission for until like last week. So I need to find like, I don't know, therapy, other types of holistic medicine that can help me because I did Reiki, but I feel like Reiki drained me so much. I was looking for that extra lift and it just didn't work with me. So I'm wondering if there's anything else that I can do. And by the way, the first time I got sick, I was in the middle of my sleep. I saw this entity like lighted, super like high light. I don't know how to explain it, but from there I end up seeing that again in a YouTube video, and it said light activation, and I was doing that the light activation video, and I did feel better, but I feel like this time it's not working so much. So I'm hoping that you can guide me better.
Yeah, great. And I want to say you use the word entity, and that's a general word, and a lot of people use it for a negative entity. And did you
Okay.
have this was something positive that you?
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yes.
what it sounds like. That's kind
Yeah,
of
like
part of.
I didn't know how to like say it, or I didn't want to mess up, but
No,
I
it's great.
guess I did.
So part of what it made me think of is that maybe there is some energy that has connected to you that is not helpful, and that's part of what sent you out of remission. And so definitely doing some kinds of energy clearings where people are looking to see if there's any other energy. If you've been interacting with anyone in your life that has a more toxic energy where you have trouble having boundaries and you have trouble saying no, it's definitely a time to clear those people from your life and cut cords and all kinds of there are lots of practices for clearing your energy. And so let me get some people off and some other people on. I've got Troy, Angela, and Crystal in line. So go ahead, Troy.
Okay, Susanna, so I'm trying to tune into the energy of what's going on. I feel like there's something else, kind of like what Lorelei said, that there's a different type of energy, almost like feeding on you or feeding on something in you. And my experience and my knowledge of a lot of negative entities is there are whole ecosystems of them. And there's different levels, different orientations of the negative ones, and they tend to prey on, especially those who are mentally ill, but also if there's a dysfunction, maybe a rare dysfunction or something else going on in someone's body, um, with physiology of some sort, sometimes they can prey on that energy too, kind of like just attaching to it and living here and feeding off of it. Um, However, I can say that there has never been a negative entity that I've never been able to remove with angelic Reiki. Um, I recently moved out one of the most powerful classes of jinn in someone's life. They were causing trouble, kind of crossing over into my life as I was collaborating with someone who I was semi-attached or connected to, and so. I don't put up with any sort of deception or troublemaking in my life, so I had to do something about that. And basically, even though the jinn were created before even the angels and humans, um, and they're just like a different type of being, um, this very powerful jinn didn't necessarily get taken away like other troublemaking spirits, um, but we put a stop sign in front of it and it stopped. So
Okay,
I'm confident that I can help you if there's an entity attached to you.
great. Thank you, Troy. And next we've got Angela, then Crystal, and then Erin.
Hi, Ann. So as soon as she started speaking, I immediately heard stinging nettle, which is a plant. It's a highly nutritive plant, which would address the nutritional deficiencies and issues around the actual medical diagnosis. But it's also a protector. It's called stinging nettle for a reason. It's got little hairs that are formic acid. It will literally bite. So it's a very entity. So that would address any issues if there are any type of entities or any type of attacks coming in. It could be an ally there. A 2-for-1 type of tool for you. Just something to consider.
Can you please write down the names so I can do a
I'll put
little
it
more
in
research?
for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, digging that all great. Thank you, Angela. Okay, next we have Crystal and then Erin and then Dr. Mojo.
Victoria,
All right, so most bacteria, it starts with the gut health, and when you're in inflammation or having bacterial issues, it's due to anger or desire of fire, like your blood is on fire. That's what they're showing me. And then due to your past beliefs of worthiness of being healed, you literally said, hey, oh, this isn't working for me anymore, like subconsciously, not consciously. But now it's designed for you to be your own healer. For you're going to step into other modalities since you've already tinkered with some, and you're going to heal yourself. And light language and that visitor that you had, they were trying to step you into that. So you need to go further that route, and then just watching your diet. Okay. Is it a flare-up type thing like that?
I just get a lot of bruises and I'm feeling super weak. And so I have a risk of bleeding internally. But yeah, I just feel like that episode that I had with that lighted person, angel, I don't know what it was, it definitely made me feel comfortable and it made me feel loved. So I feel like it's the right way, like you just mentioned to me, but I just want to go a little deeper into that without falling for any other bad thing, like I don't want to be prey of something that looks alike, but it's not good.
So don't allow that fear to block you. That was the message in there with your healing and with moving forward. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Crystal. Next we have Erin. We're going to do a few extra answers on this one. Erin, Dr. Mojo, and then Cam.
Hi there. So the thing that I got is that perhaps there was something that predated your remission. I'm getting that something else happened, that you had some kind of a setback with an ambition that you had for yourself, something that you wanted to do. I'm feeling that it's something creative on the creative side, and that because of that setback, you started to experience some fear, and that fear begat more, and you came into remission, and that you're really needing to pursue something creative, maybe something different than what you did before, but that you need to get your your mojo back, that you need to get some confidence back in what you're doing. And you need to remember yourself as a creator and change your thinking. And once you do that, once you realign with your soul and how your soul sees you, that the next steps will just become clear. You'll find the healing that you need. You'll find the practitioners that will help you. But it's your thinking that really needs to get realigned first. And you can do that through some kind of creative process that speaks to you. And that's what I'm.
Thank you. I'm very creative, but I'm not doing anything that is creative right now. So yes.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you do.
Thank you.
Okay, great. And it looks like we've got Dr. Mojo next. Sorry, everyone, I messed up the spotlight. Getting it reset.
Hi, I just wanted to veggie off of what Erin said. That's what I was stating. Anything that predated, like something that happened to have this remission come back up again. So I was just saying maybe looking back to see what has happened or anything that triggered this to come about, and all of the other great advice that you've been given prior to this as well. But what I was picking up is just looking back at what possibly think something leading up to that this happening again. So that's what I wanted to add.
Thank you. I do have I'm not happy in my relationship. I think that's also what triggered. Although I asked the doctor if this could be like an emotional thing, they said no. But I feel like I was having the same issue in 2019 and now again in 2025. So I agree with a lot of things that you're saying to me. Thank you.
Yeah, this is one of those places of trust your intuition, and the Western doctors don't think about these kinds of things. Great. I think we've got Cam next. So everyone, I know I want to give you all a chance to respond, and some of you want to come back and say more, and this is a little tricky. So just Susanna, there are so many people that want to share more with you, so I encourage you to go
Oh,
around to different
thank
rooms and talk to
you.
people too.
Thank you. Love, love.
So Cam, Lynn, go ahead. I think you haven't shared as many times. Go ahead, and then we'll go on to the next question.
Yeah, I think the relationship thing is kind of on point. Hopefully you can hear me now. Is this any better for the microphone?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. So I would think that, yeah, any stress is going to be systemic in your system. So dealing with any of the medical issues, what you're discussing when it's autoimmune, yeah, every part of your life is going to be impacting that. Have you ever tried or have you worked with trance work or hypnosis, hypnotherapy?
No, never.
No? That can be a really good way to sort of bolster your system and give you more active control in that healing as you're moving forward with this condition, as well as the trance work sort of geared with the entity that you're experiencing could also be a way of helping to deepen and forge that relationship and use that mythic connection ultimately to give you more strength. So, because I mean, any of the autoimmune stuff, it's a battle, right? Like it's ongoing. So
Right.
to help with that strength.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cam. Next, we've got Lynn.
Okay, hey Susanna. A couple things came through. The angelic being you saw, yes, it was angelic, so I just want to confirm that. I honestly believe it was one of your primary guides trying to get your attention.
I think so.
They often do, and then if they can't, because we get caught up in life, they get very in your face kind of thing. So I think it was just that trying to get your attention. Also, just I understand not being sure about if something is of the light or not. That was one of my concerns when I first started this 20 odd years ago. And one surefire way is if an entity makes you feel calm and comfortable and safe, you're almost certainly going to be okay. I've never met a dark entity or negative one that is able to do that. So trust your gut. I know I'm echoing what some other people said in terms of your intuition, but seriously, you can trust it when it comes to that. It's a really simple test. Now, I'm going to also suggest a very practical thing to look into, which would be bovine colostrum. Bovine colostrum, it's from cows, it's defatted, and I don't know if it's something you've already looked into or played with, but it's the only substance that I'm aware of with a layman's background, not trained, but a layman's background in alternative medicine. It reverses autoimmune disease. So you might want to do your homework and look into that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, Susanna. Thanks, practitioners, for all your answers, and appreciate you being here. And there's even more available to support you tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all your help.
You are so welcome. All right, let's see. We've got a couple other people in line. So Janice, I think, wants to come up. Do you have your video on?
I do. I have a angel
great.
wing lady behind me.
Okay, great. And what is your question?
So I don't feel like it was that profound, but for me it is. As I working on my spiritual gifts returning from their lost places of childhood. My father passed over a year ago, April, and my grandson is due June 3rd. And I didn't know if either of them would have a message for me in this time of chaos when my mother was put on hospice today.
Big stuff. All right. Let's see. Practitioners. Yeah, there was something to share. Sometimes it takes a bit for people to check in and see what's coming up. All right, Jenny's got something. Jenny, go ahead, and then Lynn.
So first of all, I just want to say that I really feel for you for the losses. And I'm not getting any specific verbal messages, but I am being just flooded with love. And so I guess that really is the message that I'm particularly picking up is you are so loved, and your guides, and also your grandson and the other person that passed on, want you to know that. And I'm seeing this big field of love that's surrounding all of you, and the connections have to do the connectivity between all of you. And I realize that that may not be very comforting, but that is what I'm getting. And to perhaps spend some time, not forcing yourself, but just sitting in the presence of trying to feel that love, because that's where they are. And that's what they wanted you to know.
Yeah, I'm already feeling the hit, so.
Great. Thanks so much, Jenny. We've got Lynn, Troy, and Angela in line.
Hello, Janice. I got a very brief message from your dad, but it was basically all will come right. That was verbatim. All will come right. And I believe that's also talking about the grief, because obviously the grief is really coming through for you. I can relate. I lost my dad 8 months ago. So yeah, it's rough. The first year is really hard. But all will come right for you. Also processing the childhood trauma that shut you down, that is also going to come right. It just feels to me like you're reliving and sort of opening up and examining all of that stuff right now. And this is going to sound a bit passe, but honestly, journal, just write it all out. Continue to write it all out. I know you're probably like, the cost of paper is going to go up because of the writing I'm doing, but keep at it because it's going to help you get through this process. Okay, as far as your grandson, this is the fun part. He can hardly wait to meet you. He is so excited. And one thing that I have learned over the years that I've been told that you will also be able to perceive is babies in utero, they often get really bored because gestation is, it's a waiting game, right? They usually like to play with balls of colored light. So send or receive balls of colored light with your grandson. You can do it remotely. You don't have to be in the same room as the pregnant family member. But go ahead and just play with that. Let yourself play with it and know that it's from them.
Thanks so much, Lynn. Next, we've got Troy, and then Angela and Erin.
Okay, so what I heard, again, I also felt immense just love from the other side, from your family members. But what I heard is just ask and ask for a sign that they're around you, and they'll give you a sign. Just watch for one after you ask. Also, ask other questions. It can be actually like almost like an interview or like a conversation, maybe day to day. Come up with a question. What can also help is to perhaps if you have a journal, especially a dream journal, write a question before you go to bed to them, and um, then listen, and they'll usually be able to talk to you in your dreams easily. Or what you could do is just write a question to one of your family members on the other side, and maybe on a notepad or a piece of paper, tear it off, put it in a box or a special place for them to respond to. They're in a sign in life, or maybe you'll hear a message from someone else in life.
Thanks, Troy. Next, we've got Angela and then Erin.
Hi, hon. I'm so sorry you're going through this. That's a lot in a very short amount of time. When you mentioned about trying to reopen your gifts and very quickly followed up with your father's passing, I got a very strong visual of something leaving and being shut away into a cave or some sort of dark place, either some sort of power or some piece of your soul, maybe related to your father's passing. I don't know. If you work on bringing that back, that will give you more resources for handling all the change that's coming. Also, I don't know, maybe this makes sense to you, but I got a very strong visual of a butterfly. I don't know if that means anything to you. Really, yes, it does. Okay. So look for the butterflies, honey. Okay. And be gentle with yourself. It's a lot, and it's okay to cry. We're all here for you. Yeah.
Great. And then we've got an answer from Erin also. And those of you that are wanting to ask more questions, we're running out of time, so you're going to want to go around all the breakout rooms and talk to people. All right, Erin, go ahead.
Hi. The thing that I'm getting is actually in relation to your gifts. And I'm seeing that there's something that you need to tell your mom. something that you haven't been able to share with her, and it doesn't feel like you were able to share it with your father before his passing. So the message is that there's still time to kind of express your identity in this way. That's the word that I'm hearing, is an identity. I don't know if it's relation to your gifts. It might be, but something that they don't want you to regret not saying. And that once you speak this, you will have an easier time reclaiming those gifts that you were after. That is what I'm hearing. If it doesn't relate to you, leave it, but that's what I'm hearing.
It's interesting. Maybe.
All right, great. And we've got a few more trying to sneak in here. So let's go ahead. Crystal and then Brandy. Brandy, I want you to be able to get an answer. And then we'll be switching to the next phase of the fair. Go ahead.
I'll be really quick, Janice. So they showed me a kid playing with a dump truck, and you gotta get used to buying those big dump truck toys because your grandson's gonna be like your healing mechanism. He's gonna help you transition back into your joy and happiness. And then with the sitting down of your mom, I see you going through a photo album, which you should probably do that because what happens after death, we tend to look deeper into our culture and our ancestors. So anything you can verbally get out of her, go ahead. But I just see you sitting by the bed, reliving joyous times and looking and asking questions about your family and ancestors. And you should get that information out ASAP, and then utilize it for your healing methods because it's going to be some kind of, witch wound fulfilled as well as soon as you remember and recall your culture or the thing that you're going to find in this book.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, great. Thank you, Crystal and Brandy.
So I saw something that it took me a hot minute to figure out because it was like at a slant and it was like encapsulated in what I thought was a big M. And so I was thinking Archangel Michael, and then through it, it was actually your glasses, but it was like half of your glasses were kind of broken. And so what that told me is that some of your connection from your third eye down to like one of your eyes, I think it's your left eye, is really shielded and blocked. Like you shielded yourself from that a long time ago. And then within like the frame of the glasses, I saw a man and he was almost like a satirist and he was like smiling and he seemed a little sassy and he was sitting in an old-fashioned car and whoever that man is, he was sending you, well, actually, he flared a lot of green. So for me, that's money. So he says, there's money coming your way, that he's a big fan of yours. And I do feel like he's a relative. I don't know if that is the man that passed, but he's the one through the lights that wanted to connect with you. In that regard.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Brandy. All right, Janice, thank you so much for your question.
Thanks for everybody's feedback.
You're welcome. All right. Well, let's see. We're going to be finish up the recording and we're going to be transitioning over to breakout rooms. I've been putting a list in the chat of all the scheduled talks we have and all the ongoing offers. There are so many. I have half of the ongoing offers still to put in the chat. There's so much going on. There's a lot to do in the public breakout rooms. Some things are free. Some things are a small fee and it's free to watch. And then there are other things that are in private rooms. So lots and lots of opportunities. And for those of you that have been watching the video after we post it, thank you so much for being here. You can learn about all of our events at MeWeFairs.com. And I'll make sure that there's a link to the list of all the practitioners that were here today too. All right.